Let me get to last night. Shohei Ohtani's home run. Are you sure that it stayed fair when it went over the foul pole? Like, what was the angle there? And did Fox ever have an angle that was truly definitive there?
From our vantage point, it sure looked like it was right over, super high, obviously, and looked like it landed fair. But I don't know that they're as high as he hit it. I don't know how you can get a real good angle on that. But he down the line, he thought it was obviously, and then it was guaranteed by replay. But when he first hit it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a moonshot, and it really didn't hook that much at the end.
Well, once he hit it, once he has that sound, and we've talked about this before, that it's a sound different than any other baseball player, in my opinion. That you knew it was going to be far enough. The question was going to stay fair. Why do they pitch to him?
Well, they have to with runners on. It's, look, I've said this, you got a better chance of winning the lottery if you think that the current trends are going to continue, meaning he hasn't gotten a hit with nobody on. That's just an anomaly. That just doesn't make sense. And what doesn't make sense is what, 17 for his last 20 with runners in scoring position. So I believe, and I still believe, at some point in this series, much like we saw in the Yankees, they walked Soto to pitch to Judge and loaded the bases. That eventually is going to happen with Ohtani. They're going to walk Ohtani to pitch the Betts. Well, good luck. I mean, that's why the Dodgers' top four are pretty darn good, but it's going to happen. It's just right now, you just don't want people on base when you're facing them, obviously.
And it used to be that we got geared up for those starting pitchers and those matchups. That's not the case anymore. But, what the Dodgers got out of Walker Buehler was a gift last night. What is their philosophy? It used to be they were, knee deep in pitching. Now they're not. So what is their philosophy where the Mets do have good starting pitching?
Yeah, you really are reading two different books, right? You're reading a book of traditional baseball by the Mets that carried them through the second half. Their starting pitching was fantastic. They did a great job getting in deep into the games. And then you got a team beat up in the Dodgers where their rotation on paper in the beginning of the year was phenomenal. And then everybody gets hurt. They don't have any real options. So they typically would leave Walker Buehler in that game 99% of the time in a regular season game. They just weren't going to do it with the bullpen and the necessity to bank that win. I hate it, for Walker Buehler because he did such an incredible job, especially rebounding from San Diego, because every pitcher wants to be in there when they haven't given up runs. But it's kind of the narrative that the Dodgers are playing by, and really, they haven't lost a game doing it yet. So until they lose a game doing it that way, I don't think they're going to change.
Who do you like in the series?
I've said all along that this series was going to go back and forth, and it certainly has the makeup to do that because when you play the long game, on paper, the New York Mets have the advantage with starting pitching. But that advantage was really last night, and they didn't take advantage of it, right? They didn't score. So now moving forward, Yamamoto and Jack Flaherty are going to be pitching, and then you got a bullpen possible game for the Dodgers. So I just think the series is going to be extended, and I still stand by it. It may not work out this way. The team that gets the most innings out of their starting pitching is going to win this series. I could be proven wrong because of what the Dodgers do, but I still think that's going to be the case.